Good morning, good people of South Africa. Welcome to the Cheese Sports in the morning. Hey, today as a Pirate supporter, my heart is paining. Hold on for me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Apologies about that. What's going on? Be back. Hey, you see the thing that Pirates has us doing? It has us all over the show. Now, back to Cheese Sports in the morning. Today, as you can see in the thumbnail, we're talking about Orlando Pirates. And it is not looking good for the coach. It is not looking good for the team. Orlando Pirates are in trouble. Those of you who don't know, Orlando Pirates, as we sit right now, are in trouble. Well, the coach more than anything else. But anyway, yesterday Orlando Pirates played Marumo Gallants in the Betway Premiership, the second game of the season. They lost that game 2-1. Smash and grab. But can we call it a smash and grab when I feel that Marumo Gallants came there on a mission and they accomplished their mission. They came there to frustrate. They came there to defend and strike when Pirates are sleeping. And that's what happened. That's what happened yesterday. Orlando Pirates had opportunities for days that they failed to score. That they failed to score. A lot of people are not happy. Of course, I am not happy. I'll get into the narratives as to what this means. I'll also get into Mamelodi Sundowns and they won the game against Amazulu. So I'll get into the narratives of what this means for Orlando Pirates going into the weekend game against Mamelodi Sundowns in the MTN 8 semi-final. By the way, I'm giving away tickets. Ooh. By the way, I'm giving away tickets to that game. I'm giving away tickets to Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates, or Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns in the first leg of the MTN 8 semi-final. But anyway, let's see what the Twitter streets have been saying about this game. There's a video by of course, Orbit College won yesterday against. We're not talking about Orbit College. We're talking about Orlando Pirates now. One of the best, well, he's a former athlete now. Mike Morton is doing his thing on social media. I love his platform. Here's what he had to say about the game.
Pirates, 2 games, 2 losses in the league for the new coach, Ouaddou. Pirates really struggling to click. Too many changes, in my opinion. There was already warning signs when the lineup was announced. I mean, the fans already said, 6,000 dislikes here. There are too many changes. There were 6 new faces in the lineup. This is a team that finished second in the league, had 2 cup finals, CAF Champions League semi-final. There was a core of a very, very good team here, and there's a lot of changes here. The coach is obviously wanting to put his own stamp on the team, but there's a lot of question marks. Right back, Dino van Rooyen is fit, and he doesn't even make the matchday squad. Talent Mbata's not making the squad. Orlando Pirates top goal scorer from last season, and on almost 50 goals for Orlando Pirates, Mabasa doesn't make the matchday squad. A lot of question marks. And after what felt like a very productive pre-season in Spain, there still looks like we don't know what the combinations are. We still don't know where Apollos is going to play with Mofoking drifting around, playing off the right, sometimes off the left. He's the best left wing in Africa, in my opinion, and he's not playing in his best position and actually started on the bench today. So a lot of question marks for Orlando Pirates, and there's a big game coming up this weekend. So let's hope he can rectify things. Not a great start for Orlando Pirates. It ends in defeat for Pirates. 2 games, 2 losses in the league for the new coach, Ouaddou. Pirates really struggling to click. Too many changes, in my opinion. There was already warning signs when the lineup was announced. The fans already said, 6,000 dislikes here. There are too many changes. There were 6 new faces in the lineup. This is a team that finished second in the league, had 2 cup finals, CAF Champions League semi-final. There was a core of a very, very good team here, and there's a lot of changes here. The coach is obviously wanting to put his own stamp on the team, but there's a lot of question marks. Right back, Dino van Rooyen is fit, and he doesn't even make the matchday squad. Talent Mbata's not making the squad. Orlando Pirates top goal scorer from last season, and on almost 50 goals for Orlando Pirates, Mabasa doesn't make the matchday squad. A lot of question marks. And after what felt like a very productive pre-season in Spain, there still looks like we don't know what the combinations are. We still don't know where Apollos is going to play with Mofoking drifting around, playing off the right, sometimes off the left. He's the best left wing in Africa, in my opinion, and he's not playing in his best position and actually started on the bench today. So a lot of question marks for Orlando Pirates, and there's a big game coming up this weekend. So let's hope he can rectify things. Not a great start for Orlando Pirates.
That's South African football legend Michael Morton has he say about how he feels.
Feel so much home, and
Here's Monip Joseph as his take.
that you can, as a quote from Sir Alex Ferguson, where he says, "You cannot win the league. You cannot win the league with the first game of the season. You cannot win the league with the first, but you can lose the league with the first games of the season.
Ah,
Do you understand?
yeah.
So that for me hits so much home, you know. And we all listen. It is a bit unfair that we're expecting results. We're expecting results, not knowing that there's a new coach coming in, right? We know there's the new coach now, but I'm sure that we went into the new season getting a new coach, knowing that this coach is coming with the intention of knowing he's going to win things. We want to win this year because of what has been left, the foundation, but that has been left. So there's no excuse for him not to go on and win things, right? But for me, clearly it seems, Cheese. For me, clearly it seems that, which rightly
Cheese.
so as well, you know, that he's trying to put his own philosophy, his own feel onto the Orlando Pirates, onto the team that he has. He's trying to do that to us, right? He's trying to do it for us. But why, when the job has been made so easily for you, what has been handed over to you, what has been handed over for you is just to tweak a little bit here and there. And then you carry on with the steam train, right? We went into the preseason games. We could see us easy, you know, it's looking nice, it's looking promising, you know, with the new players coming in, mixing up here and there, trying new combinations. It looked nice when you're away from home. But when you come home and you play in the league game, it's totally different. When you play with that jersey and our supporters around, who's expecting things, who's used to winning, who's used to competing, you know, and you come back home and you perform like this.
No.
We look like there's no cohesion in our team. There's look like there's no understanding in our team because of the new players, because of the new additions. But we're not used to that. We're not used to that. As Orlando Pirates, we're not used to that. We just wanted the continuity. My words are getting stuck.
Exactly.
I want us to look at this on both sides of on Ouaddou side and on, I suppose, the side of the supporters, or the side of those, of course, who want to win games. On the one side, we have Coach Ouaddou. Let's look at it from his end. He just came into a new club. Orlando Pirates signed 11 players. The expectation is for him to do what? To win every game. To win the PSL title. Mamelodi Sundowns have won this title for 8 years. But expectation from Orlando Pirates supporters this season is for him to win the title. He comes into a new club under that sort of pressure. Then Orlando Pirates decide to sign 12 players. So in preseason, he has 45 players for him to find out which out of these 12 plus the players from last season are going to be in his first team. He has players, or he has his own philosophy in football. Coaches are different. He comes in one man. He does not come in with his own assistants and everything. He comes in one man. Everything else is still the same, but Orlando Pirates sign 12 players and expect him to come in and, like I said, last season the issue with the Orlando Pirates was depth. This season, they're like, since our issue last year was depth, we're going to add 12 players. And these 12 players, I'm sounding like a broken record here, are not players in J. These were first team players at their own clubs. These players were first team players at their own clubs, and I'm sure are on big wages. These are not bench players. So I want to understand what was. Let's rewind. He did not sign these players. Orlando Pirates top brass signed these players. So What was their thinking? What were they thinking? I'm just trying to understand as to what was Orlando Pirates, what is it? Top brass thinking signing so many players. Preseason 45 players. First game, they played 3 games in Spain. Each and every game a different team. First game, MTN 8, first competitive game for Ouaddou, for Orlando Pirates, MTN 8. They win the game. He changes the squad. 6 new players from the team that we knew was Orlando Pirates' first team last season. Players like Mahopa, not in the squad. Players like Terofatso Mabasa, not even on the bench. Player like Mbata, player like Dino van Rooyen, not even in the squad. Mind you, all 4 of those players are Bafana players. Again, he needs to come in, he needs to stamp his authority, he needs to, what is it? His philosophy. He needs to come in with his philosophy, as you heard Monim Joseph came. He can't just, unless he was told to, when you come in here, my chief, you are coming to do what Coach Rivera was doing. If he was told to do that, then that's different. But he was told, if in his interview he said, no, now I play like this, then Orlando Pirates says, okay, then they hired him. Because the way Orlando Pirates play now is totally different from how they played last season with Coach Rivero. The game against Morumo Gallants. The game against Morumo Gallants last night. I don't want to get too tactical here and bore you, but Orlando Pirates last season were highly dependent on their center backs to play. Coach Ouaddou is dependent on his midfielders to play, which is, I suppose, is standard in football nowadays. Okay, let me not say standard because I don't want to go on a tangent here, but I was watching Gary Neville's podcast and he said something about the top 5 players with the most touches in the Premiership in the English Premiership last season were 3 of them were centre backs. So modern football now needs your centre backs to know how to play football. So Coach Ouaddou is moving away from that, something that Coach Rivero had embraced. The centre backs don't have too much of the ball. Last season with ball playing centre backs like Mbogazi, like Nda before he got injured, like Atabiso Susane before he got injured. Orlando Pirates, most of their play would start from the centre back. Now it's the play is initiated by the midfielders, but as soon as they get to midfield, they play it wide as quickly as they can. This, of course, got Orlando Pirates a lot of opportunities against Morumo Gallants yesterday as they catch Morumo Gallants' defense not set. They play the ball over to Apollos. Apollos was looking good in the first half, and there were a lot of opportunities for Orlando Pirates to score yesterday. Unfortunately, they did not finish the opportunities. But I felt that Orlando Pirates, even though they got a lot of chances, they weren't in control of the game. So that's how Ouaddou plays now. That's how Ouaddou plays. Okay, let's move to on the flip side of the coin. The Ouaddou detectors. Their theme is, why are you fixing something that's not broken? Why are you fixing something that's not broken? Like Michael Milton said, Orlando Pirates last season made it to a semi-final of the CAF Champions League, made it to 2 finals, local cup competition finals. And they were, you could say, mathematically out of the league title in the last 5 games, or the last 3 games, which it sounds like a lot of games, but compared to how Mamelodi Sundowns have been winning the league in previous seasons, it was actually an achievement. I know it's crazy to say, but it was actually an achievement. And they did this with just 15 players the whole season. Why didn't he integrate his players biggie by biggie? How do you come in as a new coach when who was making the analogy of a train? How can you come in as a coach? A train is moving. That train is moving. And all that needs to happen is you to accelerate or whatever for the train to get to its destination faster. But you decide to derail it. Coach Ouaddou has derailed the Orlando Pirates. Why is Mashulane playing over Dino van Rooyen? Can somebody please tell me? I don't know. Maybe I'm the one who's crazy here. Maybe I'm the one that's crazy. I'll do. I want to hear actually Coach Ouaddou's in the game presser where he said that oh, I'm spelling his name wrong the whole time. Where he said he he gave players a chance and these players didn't step up to the plate.
Yeah, of course, it's not the result we expected. We came here with a lot of ambition to take this 3 points that we lost at home. I can say that we started very well the game, opening the score with a lot of chances again that we didn't put in the net. And like I said, when you don't score and you give the opportunity to the opponent to finish you, so yeah, it's a big disappointment, and we start very bad, and we'll sit and we'll think about that.
No doubt. I mean, this is a big club. Fans will start asking questions. But for you, I'm sure you'll be doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes to make sure that come the next game, you get it right.
No, of course, we are going to analyze the game and to see what's going wrong, especially in the second half. We tried to make some changement to bring some fresh blood. Unfortunately, the changement that we did, they didn't give what we expect from them because about their level. And yeah, it's a big disappointment, but we are going to sit, to analyze, and to come back stronger.
All the best for the next game.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, you're up.
ngifuna ukwazi philosophy engwenye. No, honestly, mangithi you can sign on the team sheet. I just wanna know what is his philosophy. Ngikhuluma ngecoach Orlando Pirates. Mhlambe shini you can answer me, yabo. I just wanna find out ukuthi ingwenye build up at the back and then he play in the middle ukubamba nge-counter attack. Mhlambe transition trip front players badlala nge-speed. Or umuntu build up ayo wait for the right moment. Ngoba first game yabo ngembonile. They waited for my right moment. A building up team, we should be variety game yayo. Ngikhuluma nge-first game yabo. Ubona ukuthi they master i-passing game. Ngikhuluma nge-small sided into abayenza i-training session ngama right moment and then abombule bakhipha nabonduli. But now in today's game ngikhuluma ngale game S2 official game le league. Ngibona iPirates idlala nge-speed. And ile bengifuna ukuyibuza ukuthi what was the problem? Like ngifuna ukwazi philosophy engwenye exactly mina ukuthi i-philosophy yakhe yini.
Yes, Junior, what's funny about this game?
As you can see, there are a lot of people confused about Ouaddou and his tactics. Ouaddou, it seems like he's confused himself, so it's going to be very difficult for him. It's going to be very difficult. I think I actually know. I don't think. Ichaile. I know we're only 3 games into the season, but there is no way Orlando Pirates are beating Sundowns over the weekend. There is no way that Orlando Pirates are beating Mamelodi Sundowns over the weekend. There is no way. The coach lacks confidence. The players now lack confidence. What is he going to do? What team is he going to put out over the weekend? He's going to put out last year's team. He's definitely not going to do that. He's going to put the team that just played now against Moroma Gallants. Obviously, that's not going to happen. He's going to play that team that played against Polokwane City. Yes, they won the game, but the exact same team lost against Kukuna United. So better competition, and they lost the game. So they're not at that level. And Mamelodi Sundowns, yes, there may be issues in terms of Peter Shalulile and Lucas Ribeiro and Kuluse Mudao. But the Mamelodi Sundowns train keeps going. And they just got their first win last night versus Amazulu. So it's going to be tough for Orlando Pirates. And once they lose against Mamelodi Sundowns, what do you think Orlando Pirates supporters are going to do at Orlando Stadium? Just a question. What do you think Orlando Pirates supporters are going to do at Orlando Stadium if Orlando Pirates lose their 3rd game in a row? It's going to be tough. And I don't know, like I said, I think it's chai, and it was chai before it started. I'm going to do a video. 5 reasons it was chai before it started for Anselam Ouaddou at Orlando Pirates. Check it out on TikTok later on today. You know, if those of you who are viewing this, please like and don't forget to subscribe. On Friday, I'm announcing the winner of the 2 tickets to watch Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates in the NTN 8 semi-final at Orlando Stadium. Later on today, 5 reasons it was chai before it started for Anselam Ouaddou at Orlando Pirates. It's chai. So I don't know where Pirates go from now, because like I said, if Anselam Ouaddou loses weekend, it's going to I don't know where Orlando Pirates go. Do they go back to yes, you might think this is an overreaction, but do they go to Mandla Ncigazi? Do they try getting a new coach? You see where Pirates are right now. Yo. I wouldn't want to be them. I would not want to be them. Anyway, let's talk about Mamelodi Sundowns before we end the show. Mamelodi Sundowns won their game. Won their game against Amazulu. I actually didn't watch this game, but from what I heard, okay, let's hear this.
Death certificate, come on. So that is why I lose. The thing in the give episodes like him. The man no coach got their certificate to go Orlando. Yeah, the thing with coach got their certificate. Come on. So that is why I lose. Congratulations for Barke Marmo Gallants and to San Jose like I'm coming here in team.
Or the man coach again.
Their certificate is
Death.
yeah.
Certificate.
Sabaku. That people. Baku.
As a camp certificate.
Our death certificate is still death.
All right.
Our Pirates are still gonna suffer. don't fix what's da da da. You Pirates are in trouble. Pirates are in trouble, guys. Yo. That's all I have to say about that. Mamelodi Sundowns handled business against Amazulu. They go into the weekend high on confidence. Again, they have some issues with certain players not being in the lineup because of things that are happening in the back room or behind the scenes. But like I said, they still have Ronan Williams. They still have Teboho Mokoena. These are full internationals and the best players at their position in the league, and they'll make sure they're not gonna come to Orlando Stadium and lose, especially when Orlando Pirates, again, the coach is low on confidence. Their players are low on confidence. You can see Relemo Fokeng, he's not himself. Where is he playing? Where does Coach Ouaddou want him to play? He's sometimes on the right, he's sometimes on the left. For what? Junior Kanye brings up Mohaun Kota as the reason why he feels Relemo Fokeng's confidence is low or he's not playing the way he's usually playing is because Mohaun Kota, a player that got into the Atlanta Pirates first team after him, has got a transfer over to Saudi Arabia, and he is still an Orlando Pirates player as Relemo Fokeng is still an Orlando Pirates player, and out of the two, the streets feel, everybody knows he's the better player. So why hasn't he gotten a transfer overseas? Of course, Orlando Pirates have gotten plenty transfer requests for Relebo Fokeng if you listen to the rumors, but he's still an Orlando Pirates player. Junior Kanye says this is affecting him mentally. I mean, this is coming. I've never been a professional before. This is coming from a professional player. So, although I take everything that Junior says with a grain of salt, but hey, I mean, again, he's a former professional, so he knows more than we do in terms of the mentality of a professional. Does Relemo Fokeng want to leave? Does Relemo Fokeng want to leave Orlando Pirates right now? It's bad. Things are bad right now for Orlando Pirates. And Andile says it's bad. Yes, Andile, it's bad. Andile says they're keeping Relemo Fokeng for AFCON until after AFCON, maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe they think that if he performs well at the AFCON, his price will go up. But what if Orlando Pirates continue in this trajectory? Of course, Orlando Pirates have a good team, and they're not gonna be a mid-table team come December. They just have too many good players. That moment of brilliance will win them games. But I don't know. I don't know how you feel. Do you think Coach Ouaddou is the right man for the job? Because I've seen enough. He came into a possible situation where the expectation is too huge for him. Orlando Pirates fans won't be happy for just an MTN 8. Orlando Pirates fans won't be happy for an Nedbank Cup. Orlando Pirates fans want a Betway Premiership title. Coach Ouaddou has not won a title in his career, in his coaching career. And now Orlando Pirates give him 35 players and say, win us a title. It's going to be very difficult. I don't see it happening. Yes, I'm a glass, half full type of guy. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for today's show. We'll catch up again tomorrow. Kaiser Chiefs is playing tonight against who's Kaiser Chiefs playing against? Amakosi. They're playing against Polokwane City. The same Polokwane City that Orlando Pirates beat 2-0 in the MTN. In the MTN 8 quarterfinal. So we'll see how Amakosi perform. I'll react to that after the game, and we'll discuss that tomorrow morning. Anyway, it's a boy Cheese with a Z, not a HE. I'll see you guys